How are you guys? Dr. Dave here. My morning microdose. It's a live stream. I was going to hang out with you guys for a little bit and take it from there as people come in. If you do have any questions or you want to make any comments, or you just want to say hello, I'm here for you. So it'd be really pretty cool. And a lot of people do watch these on the replay. So either way, it's better to be live because we get to interact a little bit. But replay's fine, totally fine, because everybody's got different schedules, right? I'm in the park. There's some leaf blowers around me, and that's just the way it is. It's a park. They've got green stuff, so there are going to be leaf blowers. Okay, so um, how are you doing? I want to really know how you're doing. How are you making out? How's your day? How's your week? Even though it's the first day of the week, or second day of the week, how are you actually doing? Because the reason I'm asking is because if you're feeling something weird or not feeling great, there's a reason. There's most likely a reason, and you've got to figure this out. And chances are, there's a good chance it's either a spouse or a partner that's not really on the same wavelength as you are. Could be your job that you just can't stand. Um, could be people in your family just bugging you. Could be money, financial things, health. Could be a lot of things. But if you're not if you're not feeling great, I really urge you to just take a step back, take some time, and just try to see it, try to figure out why. Because you should be going through many bad days. You just shouldn't. I mean, I don't want that for you. I had enough of that. Those days are gone for me. So, and I don't want that for you either. And of course, the microdosing has helped an incredible amount, but you also have to do some of the other work. Listening to that inner voice, notice that it's not always looking out for your best interests, and sometimes you need to like squelch that inner voice and no, I'm not listening to you. No, get away. Um, so who's here? Who do we have here? Say hello if you're here hanging with me so far, and I'll give you a shout out back. And also, I want to share something else. So, Aiden, how you doing? Discovered your channel a couple days ago. Just returned from Forage. Forage. Oh, cool, cool. Nancy, hi. How you doing? Good to see you guys. And sometimes as time goes on, by the way, each and every one of you are super important to me that you're here, taking time out of your day in some regard to hang out with me on the live stream. So if you have any questions along the way, hope you had. I did, Nancy. Thanks so much. You talking about the one my wife and I just a few days ago just took a little drive to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, northern Arizona. It's it's so cool living in Utah because we're so close to so many things, and we just really love it. We moved here from the East Coast, and it was a life changer. Really, really a life changer in so many ways. Just spiritually, physically, just having beauty around us every day. That's not to say the East Coast is not beautiful. Hey, Benjamin, how you doing? How are you? It's not to say the East Coast is not beautiful. There's a lot of beauty everywhere. You can find beauty everywhere, but we just love the outdoors, the mountains, the everything that's just so close to us here. Just the culture in the mountains and close to the mountains and out west is just it's so much different. It's so much different than the East, and we just love it. We love every single day. We are human. We still have things that sometimes get in the way a little bit, but I will say life is really, really, really good, and that's simply because I did a ton of work and put the work in, and something or somebody gave back. Samo, you seem like a genuinely nice person from Slovenia. Thanks for being here. I'm just curious, how did you find me? Did you just open up YouTube and like this has popped up that this guy in Salt Lake City is doing a live stream? I'm just wondering how in Slovenia you found me to watch on the live stream. It's so cool, but I'd love to know. I really love to know. Um, Not too bad. Keep up the good. Thanks, Benjamin. Appreciate that. Anyway, I decided. Just a quick question: when you microdose, I understand it's subperceptual. Do you have any immediate effects? I think you're following it global. I'm in the UK, UK. um, So yes, so it's a great question. Microdosing is supposed to be sub-perceptual. In other words, when you take a microdose, which is anywhere generally in zero point zero 0.05 grams. Do you know how many milligrams 0.05? You need to know the conversion pretty well. 0.05 grams is 50 milligrams. 100 milligrams is also a very common microdose. That's zero point 0.1 gram, and up to maybe zero point 0.2 or 250 milligrams, somewhere around there is kind of the high end of a microdose. Do you feel anything? Well, you're not seeing visuals, and you're not tripping, and you're not like high or anything like that. However, you feel like something's there, like in a very positive light, a very positive way. Um, but I did do a video little while back, and it's called The Absolute Beginner's Guide to Microdosing Magic Mushrooms. If you're not sure of what to do, where to start, it's a total outline from start to finish, letting you know how to dose. How do you know if you got the right dose? How do you know when to kick it up a little bit? It tells everything. So I really recommend that. But sometimes on a microdose, as I'm going to talk to you about right now, sometimes on a microdose, I have felt a little bit strange. Yeah, that's absolutely happened to me on a microdose, and I'll share. It really didn't happen to me until maybe more recently, and I've got a theory which I'm going to share, and that's actually what something I was going to talk about. So great little segue into this. And if you have questions along the way, please ask. I'm here. I'll try to catch everything that comes onto the screen, and hopefully I'll see it. If your question's super long, a lot of times YouTube only puts it up for a few seconds and it just goes away. So sometimes I don't get to see the end of the question, unfortunately, but we'll do the best we can. So my microdosing has been doing it for about a year and a half or so, something like that. And I've taken a few larger doses, not a threshold dose, but taken some larger doses, upwards of like 1 to 2 grams, which I'll talk to you about that in a second too. But my microdosing has been anywhere from generally, again, 50 milligrams to 300 plus milligrams. That's a microdose. Um, and generally I would just feel really good, calm, relaxed, just beautifully. But more recently, this is very interesting. More recently, like I think I talked about this a little bit on my last live stream, but more recently I took a microdose. It was like last week, I think. Took a microdose and went out for a walk, and I just felt, and it was a small. I think it was God, it was zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.2 grams, somewhere in that range. I can't even remember exactly, but somehow I just felt like weird, like a little tired, just not great, and it was a microdose. So I started thinking about that a lot, even from the last time I did a live stream with you guys. I started thinking about that a lot, and I think what it is, as weird as this sounds, unknown. Thanks for explaining everything. You are very welcome, unknown. Love it. Uh, I think the mushrooms were actually talking to me. And here's what I got out of this. And tell me if you think this is strange or right on the money. And again, whether you're live right now or whether you're going to be watching the replay. Hey, Dom, how you doing? Great to have you back, my friend. Great having you here. So I'm about to get into a story that I just like some feedback. I'd like to hear what you think. I just had like the last few times I've done some microdoses, I just had some weird feelings a little bit. So my my overall impression is that it's the mushrooms talking to me, and they're kind of saying, see, Sven, you randomly when searching for microdosing information, watch most of your videos. I like your, oh, thank you so much, Samo. I do appreciate that a lot. That really means a lot to me. So thanks for that. Stick with us too. We got a lot more to come. Um, so I think it was the mushrooms talking to me and saying, hey, take a step back. We've done our work. You feel like you should be feeling. You feel good. And that was true. I've been feeling really, really good. So they're kind of talking to me and saying, why do you keep ingesting us when we've done our work and you feel good? Why do you need us? We're always here if you need us in the future, but you don't need us right now. So we're going to make you feel a little weird, to take a step back, and you don't really need us anymore, but we're here to help you anytime you want. That's kind of what I heard the mushrooms saying to me. Like, hey, we've done our work. You feel good. Stop eating us every day or every other day or whatever it is. And I'm going to take that message I got from the mushrooms. I'm going to take that very seriously, and I'm going to stop for a little bit. I'm going to probably, and now again, I can always, they're always on the sidelines, and if I need to microdose, I can always do it. But I feel like I woke up this morning and yesterday morning feeling really good. And in other words, why do I need to keep ingesting mushrooms when I feel like I'm at the point where I should be feeling? So that's what they were telling me. So I'm going to, my plan right now, it's so as we are talking now, what is today? Today is October, what is it? No, September, September 26th. I'm going to take about 4 weeks off without using any mushrooms at all. Benjamin, I'm not sure if you covered this in your past videos, but has microdosing affected your diet? That's okay. Let me see if I can get to that. It's a really cool question. Hang on to that. Hang on to that for a second. I got to make a note to remember that. So I'm going to take a break from microdosing for about a month from using magic mushrooms for about a month. Towards the end of next month, towards the end of October, that's when I'm going to seriously consider like a larger dose, and so basically cleaning out my whole system. There won't be any tolerance involved, and then I'll be in a really good mindset for a little bit of a larger dose, and I'd like to do some work with that. That's where I stand right now with that. Now, the question was, has microdosing over time affected my diet negatively, positively? Um, I'm going to say yes and no. There have been times that I have basically just so most of my life I've been like a super healthy eater. I was vegan for 7 years, although I'm not so convinced that's healthy. I stopped because I think it was affecting my health. But in other words, I'm very in tune to diet. I'm very in tune to what I put in my mouth and into my body. However, there was a point where, like I will say this, over the past year, and I'm not really sure why, I've been eating too much, too many calories, maybe too much stuff like sweets. And I made it a point, and even told my wife a few days ago. I said, I'm done with all that. I'm done. I'm going to be eating only healthy. I'm going to be eating only the amount that I really need, and I don't need to eat a ton of food because I'll get fat. And I want to actually lose a few pounds in my belly. And I've got this incredible goal. I'm working on it right now. I've pretty much cut out all of the snack foods and the junk, and I'm just trying to eat healthy meals. And in between the healthy meals, if I need a snack at all, it'll be something also healthy, nuts, some cheese or something, but only healthy stuff. And my goal is to certainly within the next couple months to slim down. Now, most people would not look at me and say I'm obese, and obese would not be the correct word. But do I need to shed some belly fat? Absolutely, 100%. And I'm working on that now. That's what I'm doing. So I don't know if that really answered your question. I think the mushrooms have pointed me in that direction that this is what I need right now for my body. I hope that answers. I found that my sugary and salty snacks addiction has been curtailed. Cool, very cool. Good, good, Nancy. The Japanese have a philosophy about that. They say only eat till you're 80% full. Dom, it's very interesting. I don't know if you know this or not. I probably mentioned it a little bit here and there, but my wife is Japanese. So I've been to Japan quite a bit. I love a lot of the Japanese eating philosophies and food. You're welcome, Benjamin. Um, um, I love the Japanese culture, love the Japanese food, and it really is true. Eat until you're about 80% full, and then you will feel full because it takes a little time for your mind to catch up to your stomach. Your stomach's actually full, but your mind doesn't sense it for a while. So eating to 80%. Um, Wife is one half Japanese. What much vibes? Which half? Which half is Japanese? And do you speak Japanese? That's another question. Do you speak Japanese? Hajime mashite. Um, I speak chotto, chotto. Too little. I'd like to learn more, and I've got no excuse because I've been with my wife now for how long? 18 years, and my Japanese sucks. I mean, that's there's no excuse for that, guys. If you want to do something, you learn to do it. The good, well, I've got a joke that I love to use, and it's not it's not hateful. Maybe well, I feel that mushrooms can definitely send you the message through your mind. Yeah, Dom, absolutely right, absolutely right. This is my second marriage, guys, actually, and my first marriage I was married to a very nice Jewish woman, and I'm Jewish by my upbringing has been Jewish, although I don't really practice true Judaism these days, but I identify as being Jewish. Um, so my first wife was Jewish, and she was kind of needy, and we call that in amongst Jewish people Jewish American princess. You know, she wants the best, she's into the money and all that stuff. It wasn't fitting to me, but she Jewish American princess. The acronym is JAP. JAP, Jap, Jewish American Princess. So I always kid around with my friends. I say, "Yeah, I was married to a Jap. In my first marriage, I was married to a Jap, and now I'm married to a real Jap. And trust me, the real Jap is a lot better than the Jewish American princess." That's not going to go over well for some people, and I apologize. I love all people, it, but sometimes the Japs are high maintenance. What can I say? Hey, Doc, at work, but still decide. I am so glad you're here, Ace. Appreciate you. Whenever you can get a little bit of time to tune in, we appreciate that. If you haven't checked in and said hello, and you're on here right now, just give a little wave, say hello, Dave, or something. I just love to know who's there, and also who where you're from. My second marriage as well. So much in common. I'm waiting for you to hit the SoCal in the van. It will happen. I've got definitely some friends in SoCal that keep asking us to come there. So I say there's a very good chance sometime in the 2023. It's got to be after ski season because we try to stay here, or if we do go somewhere, we try to go somewhere where there's skiing during ski season. My wife and I are both um, skiing lovers. I was gonna say avid skiers kind of implies that you're like experts. She's a lot better than I am, but I'm good enough. Hey, Patrick, how are you? Glad to have you. Glad to have you here live today. We really appreciate you for sure. And check in if you haven't done so yet. Just check in and say where you're, not only your name, but where you're from. It's always good to see. I've had people here from UK, Slovenia, of course the US, Canada. It's really cool to see so many people from all over the world because we're touching a lot of lives. And sometimes people say to me, Dave, you're putting yourself out there, talking about something that is clearly illegal. Nancy, Canada. Yeah, I know you're from Canada. Don't you? I think aren't you up somewhere around the Rockies? Somewhere. I think you're the one that told me that when I had my Banff shirt on, you were not too far from there. Um, so wait, what was I saying? I got lost. When you say you're like an avid skier, it sounds like you're like an expert. I'm certainly not an expert. Orange County, yay! Cool, streaming that microdose you. Um, I'm good. Let's say I'm good enough. I've learned in my life that I don't have to be like an expert at everything. I'm fine with being good enough, and that's the way it is. And I think once you learn that in your life, like good enough. Like, am I wealthy? No, but I've got enough. I've got enough. You got to realize when you have enough things. When my wife and I from Houston, hey, Pat, I'm actually traveling to Dallas a little bit later today. My wife and I have an appointment in Dallas tomorrow, and then I'm heading back to Salt Lake tomorrow night. So it's just a quick overnight trip to Dallas for a meeting. Um, I think too many people try to. Hey, thanks a lot. Yes, Alta. Yes, one of the many world class ski resorts, ski mountains we have, um, within 20 to 30 minutes of my house right here. There's so much skiing. I love it. But we have to realize when we're good enough. And again, I was talking to my wife yesterday or a couple of days ago that if I would have really pushed a bunch of things in my life, like I think I could have been like a professional baseball player if I would have done so. If I would have started when I was young and really got into it, but I didn't do it. I could have been probably a good lawyer. I became a dentist instead. There's so many things I think that if I put a lot of time into, I could have done at maybe at an expert level. But sometimes I kick myself for like I'm like decent at a bunch of things, but not really an expert at anything. So is that an okay way to live a life? I think so. I think it really is because again, so many people are experts and they put so much time and energy into certain things. But then again, Sylvia, hey, still what? Yay, good, glad it's still here. Cool, cool, cool. Dick, how are you doing? Are you still off the? Yes, Dick, I am. I'm not taking any antidepressants whatsoever. So yeah, the magic mushrooms have totally helped me come off of the Lexapro, which I was on for probably I can't remember exactly, but probably on Lexapro for about a year and a half, something like that. But I was about after 9 months of being on of microdosing. After 9 months of microdosing, I started weaning off of the Lexapro very slowly, very methodically, and I was able to totally get off of it, and I feel like awesome, really awesome every day. Again, I'm still human. I have emotions. People think that, oh, I don't want to do this because I want to be able to have them. Yeah, I've got all my emotions, happy, sad, in between. But I'm enjoying every day, and I say my affirmation every single morning. My buddy Trip taught me this, and it's just a really short thing I say every single morning, and it really, really, really helps. It's a good day. Here's what I say every morning. I say it 10 times. It's a good day, and I don't have this written in front of me. I just know it because I say it every day. It's a good day. It's a beautiful day. It's a positive day. I am positive, and I will stay positive. I am centered and I will stay centered. And I have a shield around me that's protecting me from negative and bad. And when you say this 10 times every morning, along with watching something really funny, like some kind of funny YouTube video or comedian or something like that, when you combine this first thing in the morning, I think it's your theta waves that are able to you're able to like that frequency pick it up better and get it into your brain. Um, that it really really will you'll start to feel like amazing every day. Trip knows a little bit more about the science of it. I just know somewhat and do it, and I can say it's really changed the way I feel every day. I feel more centered because like if somebody does something weird or bad to me, I just kind of that's the way it is. I think I shared with you a week or two ago that some vagrant came by my house. I was sitting on my front porch and kicked my front gate in when I said I didn't have a light for their cigarette or something. And she kicked my gate in. And probably in the past I would have gotten like really upset and pissed off. But you know, it happened. She's got more problems than I have. A gate can be fixed. My wife and I fixed it a little bit later in the day. We fixed it totally. And why am I going to get upset? Why am I going to let that ruin my day? Again, if she threatened bodily harm to me, that's a totally different story, and I have to defend myself. But somebody that's not really in their sound mind, they kick my gate in because they're pissed off that I didn't have a cigarette light for them. That's just the way it is, and I didn't want to escalate the thing. And so when I say I just feel more centered. I feel better. I feel that every day is a great day. Every day is a beautiful day. It's got to be, even if the weather sucks. There's no such thing as bad weather. We need rain. We need storms. We need the wind. It all is responsible for forming this beautiful planet that we have now. It's all responsible. So yeah, if it's a weather day that you don't like, stay safe inside somewhere. Let it pass. Then come out. But there's no such thing as a bad day. It's it's all good. And stop following the news. Stop following the financial markets. They all suck. They're all horrible. So I stopped following all that stuff, and it just feels better. Feels better, guys. I think I'm going to end it there. Unless does somebody else, if there's another question, I'll take one more question if you have one. If you don't, totally fine. We can end it on a nice note here. I've been on for about close to 25 minutes or so. I don't want to take your whole day. So is there anything else, guys? If not, we'll wind it down and say, hey, Love you. Thanks so much for spending the time with me live. There are also other daily things that we can do to improve our lives. I like Yeah, Dom, meditation is great. I've done a lot of meditation in my life. I've done a lot of that. I've done a lot of like even things like yoga, stretching, being mindful of everything around you. It's all really positive things. So thanks so much for sharing that. Love it, love it. Thanks so much. Um, Good to hear. Keep on keeping on. All the best. Dick, it's always great to hear from you, my friend. Always great to see your comments on my videos, my live streams, my typical regular videos, whatever you want to call them. Nancy, great to have you here too. Have a great day too. Um, and all of you, if you've been kind of stealth sitting back and just not even writing, that's totally fine. Love you either way. And if you're watching the replay, love you too. I'm Dr. Dave. See you soon. Take it easy.